Joining me now is Democratic Senator Jon Tester of Montana. Senator Tester, welcome back to Meet the Press, sir.
Good to be with you, Chuck.
Let me start with the fallout of the Rittenhouse trial, and I think you actually can provide a unique perspective. You come from a rural state. You come from one that would, I think, collectively describe themselves as a pro-Second Amendment state. There are a lot of so-called pro-Second Amendment folks who are hailing this as a victory. Explain that divide as you see it.
So, look, I wasn't in Kenosha, and I certainly wasn't in the courtroom either. But we are a nation of laws, and there was a trial, and the jury issued its verdict. I can't imagine the pain that the families have gone through that lost loved ones in this incident. But nonetheless, I think we need to respect what the jury has done here and respect the decision. Protest, but I would say protest peacefully if you're going to protest.
What's the issue here in your mind? Is it bad laws?
No, I mean, look, I think everybody has the right to keep and bear arms, law-abiding citizens, and I believe that everybody has the right to protect themselves. I think the debate on this whole issue, and like I said, I wasn't there, so I can't tell you what actually happened. But the truth is, the whole debate is, was it self-defense or was it provocation?
Right, but we've also seen a redefining of these laws in the last 20 years. There's two trends that are all over the country: more open carry laws and more laws written essentially to allow self-defense to be used to defend using your firearm. How much do those laws, do you think, contribute to the situation that we saw in Kenosha?
Look, Chuck, I'm in a situation where for 20 years I made my living with a gun as a custom butcher shop operator. Every day I got up and I used a gun as a tool, which is what it is. It has to be used responsibly. If it's not used responsibly, you can see a lot of bad things that can happen with it. And I can tell you some of the laws that have put out in the last few years are laws that I think enable people that are criminals, not people who are law-abiding citizens. And quite honestly, as a gun owner, as somebody who has, fewer guns that I want, the fact is that we need to have laws that protect law-abiding citizens to be able to have guns. But we also, when they're used improperly, we need to enforce the law. The other thing I would say is this: there was a background check law that was put up a few years back to keep guns out of criminals and court-adjudicated mentally ill folks and terrorists. That bill did not pass, and I still can't figure out why. Because background checks are key to law-abiding citizens being able to keep their guns.
Some of this is the larger cultural divide between rural America and suburban and urban America when it comes to the gun issue. I'm curious if you think it's at the root as to why essentially Democrats are bleeding rural support. And you know this very well. You could look at it. We saw the Virginia results. I could put up here, I'll show you the 2008 results in Montana for president and the 2020 results for Montana and president. You know the numbers well. It's gone from a battleground state to a 16-point edge for the Republicans. Is this going to be fatal to the Democratic Party if you don't bridge this divide?
Well, I think it's very important to bridge the divide. I think it's a divide that's been put up to divide this country, quite honestly, as many hot-button issues are. But in the end, I think common sense gun laws are important to be able to enforce. And I think if Democrats got out and spoke about things about enabling people, law-abiding citizens, to be able to protect their gun rights, I think would help us win in rural America. Unfortunately, what folks in rural America hear a lot about is that want to take away the guns, and that is not that's not what most Democrats want, for sure. And so I think it's an important issue in elections because it's been made into an important issue.
Do you think race plays a role in the Democrats' problems in rural America?
Look, I think the biggest problem the Democrats have is they need to go to work, and I think getting the bipartisan infrastructure package is part of it. Go to work, get a record of accomplishment, get out there and talk to folks about what your vision is and what you've done. You've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, act accordingly, listen and react. And I think part of the problem with Democrats in rural America is that we haven't talked enough about what we stand for and what we've accomplished. and we haven't shown up in many places. And those things are going to be very, very important as we go into 2022.
You're going to be, the Senate now has the president's Build Back Better. It's now up to you guys. Is this a pass anything that can get 50 votes? I mean, is that where we're at this point? Or are there some, hey, I'm only going to support this. You know, if this gets taken out, I can't support this bill. Where's your head in this? And where are the Democrats' heads?
Well, yeah, look, I think we have a great opportunity here to do some great things in childcare and affordable housing and in climate and lowering prescription drug costs and healthcare costs overall. And I think we can do it. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think people need to be open to compromise. And I think if we compromise like we did in the bipartisan infrastructure package, where we had 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans that, argued and fought and came to a bill that would work, I think it's the same thing within the 50 Democrats, too. We don't all see the world the same way. So let's negotiate, and let's come up with a bill that lowers costs for families and cuts taxes and gets things done to help move this economy forward so we can stay the premier power in the world. China wants to supplant us. Yeah. If we don't tend to business here, they could do that. So this Build Back Better is an important piece of legislation.
So it sounds like you're going to be a supporter of it, regardless of what it looks like in the details?
Oh, no. It's going to come over from the House. There's going to be some changes. I'm going to compare it to what Montana needs, and that's going to be where I focus on. But look, we're dealing with reasonable people here. I think we can come up with a bill that is a very, very good bill that works for states like Montana and other states in the union. Very quickly,
in September, you expressed support for the president to reappoint Jay Powell as Fed chair. There's a lot of your colleagues would like to see a new Fed chair. If the president goes a different direction, do you think that puts the current economic situation at peril at all?
Yeah, I think it would be a mistake. I think Jerome Powell has a proven track record, and Chairman Powell should get reappointed. I think we've got issues that revolve around inflation that he can't do much about as long as he's not confirmed. He needs to be appointed. We need to confirm him. I think he would be confirmed by a large margin if the president appointed him. And then he can get to work as chairman of the Fed and do a good job as he's done in the past. I think he deserves reappointment.
All right. Senator Jon Tester, Democrat from Montana, appreciate you coming on, sharing your views with us this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chuck.
And enjoy Turkey Week.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.